Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13. Thanks for coming on by and checking out this video. Appreciate your time, your support. Super stoked that you're all hanging out with me today. I will say that this video is going to be a lengthy one, so feel free to skip ahead, watch half of it, watch the other half later. Maybe you can only make it through a quarter of it, and that's going to leave you 3/4 to go. Or watch the full video, and hopefully you enjoy the content that I'm sharing with you. Today we're going to be talking about smartphones that are coming out as we go through 2023. Right now, this is rumored information. There's pic leaks, video leaks, at least with the Google Pixel 8 Pro. Right now, we do have video leak on what the Google Pixel 8 Pro is supposed to look like, but not on the 8. We don't have anything with that. And we don't have any images on the Asus Zenfone 10, which I'll be talking about. We don't have any images on the Motorola Razr. There's going to be 2 of them, is what this article says. Don't have any images on that, and not any really legit images on the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max or Pro Ultra, whatever they're going to call it. But it's the information that I'm going to be sharing with all of you on these devices and what we got right now. So hopefully that's intriguing enough to start a good conversation between you and I. And we get to the announcement of these official announcements of these devices. And well, at that point, they just verify everything we basically already know. I do have my $1 large Mickey D's coffee as well. Now, some of the information, as far as like with the Motorola Razr, we don't have a lot to go on, but I'm going to share what we have. Same with the Zenfone 10. There is one area that's going to go away that a lot of you are going to be disappointed about. We get more information with the Pixel 8 Pro and the iPhone 15 Pro, Pro Max, Pro Ultra, Pro big device, right? Anyway, so let's head over to gadget.com, and that's literally what it's called, Gadget, but we can call it GG for short, gg.com. Rumor: Motorola will introduce 2 foldable Razr smartphones this year. Here's what we know. The information was shared by our colleagues at My Smart Price. According to the leak, the second model will be called Motorola Razr Plus 2023. The novelty comes with the number XT2321. It is also known that the device will be equipped with a 2850 milliamp battery. It will support fast charging with 30 watt of power. The gadget is supposed to run on the top-end Qualcomm processor. Like the current version of the device, the novelty will get 2 displays. An additional screen should cover the entire front panel of the device. Man, that's what I'm hoping for with the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5. Utilize all of that space. That's what I like to read right there. How the Motorola Razr Plus 2023 will differ from the Motorola Razr 2023 model is not known yet. Spec-wise, we don't know everything yet, obviously. This is what we know, and at least it's getting us intrigued for those of us that love flip phones and remember the good old Motorola Razr days. I'm glad that Motorola is staying in the game with this whole flip phone thing and getting us intrigued and at least giving us an option. For some of us that don't mind paying more, that's cool. There's definitely going to be more underneath the hood as far as power when it comes to performance and functionality. And then, well, for some of you, maybe you don't want to pay as much and you're willing to sacrifice a little bit. So anyway, at some point in time, I will bring you information on if there's any pic leaks, video leaks, and spec information. But right now we don't know yet. And it says, when can we expect these devices? If rumors are to be believed, the Motorola Razr 2023 and the Motorola Razr Plus 2023 will be released this summer. So I don't know if that's June, July, or August. Most likely the latter part of summer. But either way, something to look forward to. You can let me know down below in the comment section if this is what you're looking forward to for Motorola. I definitely am. And I like the fact that they take trade-ins as well. So that's something to consider. They're not the best, but it seems like that's where we're headed with all of these companies that take trade-ins. Seems like they're not going forward going to be as great as they used to be, especially with Samsung. Unless Samsung has gotten enough negative feedback from the consumer about what just happened this last year. Yeah, maybe they'll change that. I don't know. Anyway, moving along to the Zenfone 10 over at androidpolice.com. Zenfone 10 may lose the best part of flagship Asus phones. New leak spills the beans on the next Asus flagship. The Asus Zenfone 9 broke cover in the middle of last year with an impressive spec sheet and a rather complex pre-order period. Regardless, we were quite impressed with the device, especially the unique display size, which placed it among the most comfortable phones to use. And that's true. While the Zenfone 9 wasn't particularly a chart topper, it's clear that Asus isn't giving up on its smartphone dreams yet. To this end, a new leak has now detailed the successor to the company's 2022 flagship, dubbed the Zenfone 10, supposedly arriving later this year. An exclusive report by Price Baba. I'll tell you these names. Price Baba, B-A-B-A. Through leaker Paris Guglani details the specifications. And by the way, I'll be leaving all these links down below in the description area so you can read the information yourself. Specifications of the Zenfone 10 bearing the model number capital A12302. Unlike the Zenfone 9, the new flagship won't feature a 5.9-inch AMOLED screen. This is the part where everybody goes, what? But rather a larger 6.3-inch one, per the report. I announced this information in a few videos ago during the early morning vlog, and can't remember the name of the person who left the feedback, but they were saying they like to carry two smartphones, one larger one and one smaller compact one. And some of you just like the compact size. It just fits so much easier in your hand. You get that one hand usage. It's just much easier. For me, it's always the larger phone, but I don't mind having a smaller compact size either. It is a lot easier to navigate, and as far as day in and day out and using a smaller compact size phone. So I get that a lot of you aren't going to be really happy. You were looking forward to that successor to the Zenfone 9, and now you're like, screw it. You're just going to hope for something else, because that's really what you want. Some of you just hate large smartphones. You really want that smaller compact size, and I get it. That option should be there, and it shouldn't be something that you have to look so hard for. And it being from a trustworthy company that's going to give you a device that's designed well, made well, and it's got some really cool hardcore specs underneath the hood that it's going to get you through your day in many different areas. And one of those areas is battery. Performance functionality with a lot of these smartphones, it's there. The cameras are great, but you want battery. You want battery to get you through your day. And you don't want your smartphone to heat up while you're using it. When you're putting a lot into your smartphone, like me, creating content, processing in the background, and still doing something else on my phones, that multitasking, and maybe it's shooting 4K video. You don't want your device to heat up. So, you want it to be able to stay cool while you're doing what you do, especially you hardcore users, gamers. And so, outside of that, man, yeah, you want, when it comes to a compact phone, Asus met a lot of those qualifications for a lot of you, and now to hear that it's going to be a little bit bigger, and 6.3 inches isn't that much bigger, but I get it. I'm a guy who loves large smartphones, so it's easy for me to say that, right? But I'm sure it's going to be all that and more. If that's not intriguing for you, well, you can stay with your Zenfone 9. You can purchase a Zenfone 9 over at the Asus website, depending on storage and RAM, different price points. But right now, it's a lot less expensive than it was when it first came out. Over at Amazon, you can buy refurbished. So you can stay with that until another company comes out with one that intrigues you, right? So anyway, let me continue. I told you, this video is going to be long. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of yip-yapping and me drinking my coffee. Okay, so, but rather a larger 6.3-inch one per the report. This is bittersweet for the fans of the Asus high-end smartphone lineup. On one hand, the Zenfone 10 would finally gain parity with its larger screen industry rivals. Let me read that again. On the other hand, the Zenfone 10 would finally gain parity with its larger screen industry rivals. However, a larger display would also mean the phone would no longer qualify as a compact flagship, an aspect we loved a lot about the Zenfone 9. Other specifications of the Zenfone 10 would supposedly include the top-of-the-line Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chipset backed by 16 gigs of RAM and 256 or 512 gigs of storage, and IP68 certification for water and dust resistance, a feature carried over from the Zenfone 9. There's also going to be a 5,000 milliamp battery. It's a huge battery. With 67-watt fast wire charging support. Price, Baba says. A 200 megapixel primary rear camera. That's a jump from a 50 megapixel primary camera. So yeah, that's going to be something to look forward to. Zenfone 9 definitely takes great pictures, shoots great quality video. So I'll be looking forward to that. The 200 megapixel primary rear camera will hope to take on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. Though the market will likely be crowded with phones bearing this mammoth sensor when the Zenfone 10 arrives. Speaking of which, a fourth quarter release has been mentioned for Asus' latest offering, which would put its arrival date slightly beyond the predecessor's July timeline. The report says there will be 3 color options, but no specifics were provided. I'm hoping that red is one of them. I love that color on the Zenfone 9. The Zenfone 10 should feature Android 13 out of the box, likely with a revamped iteration of Zen UI based on the company's history. An update to Android 14 should follow shortly thereafter. The big takeaway from this leak is that all the software work Asus put into accommodate the single-handed use with the Zenfone 9 and its 2021 sibling could be going away with the 2023 refresh. Perhaps Asus can make a compelling argument for the decision, but we'll probably have to wait a few months for a definite answer. All right, so let's jump over to Android Authority and get a look at the information on the Pixel 8 Pro. Update March 15, 2023 at 9:35 a.m. Eastern Time. Pixel leaker Steve OnLeaks Hammer Stouffer has clarified the Pixel 8 Pro screen size. The phone will pack a 6.7-inch display rather than a 6.52-inch display, which when I first covered this information a couple videos ago, at that point in time, it was 6.52 inches, which I'm digging. I'm digging the fact that we're going flat on the display on the Google Pixel 8 Pro. But now it's going to be 6.7 inches. And this is, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's rumors, right? Rumors and leaks. Things can change. Even though, for the most part, a lot of this information ends up being what it is. But it's not 100%. Nevertheless, Hammerstoffer assures followers that the overall dimensions are correct, so those hoping for a more compact Pro model might be disappointed. Well-known tipster OnLeaks, in collaboration with the outlet Smart Pricks, may have given us our very first look at the upcoming Pixel 8 Pro. Included in the leak are 4 renders and a 3D model of the handset in question, computer generated. From the images, we get a pretty look at the front, back, and the sides of the device. Codename Husky, according to earlier reports, it appears that the Pixel 8 Pro most notable change is the camera bar. Instead of the lenses being separated, it looks like Google's new design brings all 3 cameras together in a single oval shape cutout, and another departure from the Pixel 7 Pro. It seems that the Pixel 8 Pro gains an additional sensor right underneath the flash. Whether this is a depth or macro sensor or something completely new is unknown at this moment. Something else Google seems to be changing is the corners. Where the Pixel 6 series and Pixel 7 series both feature squared off corners, it appears that the Pixel 8 Pro will adopt rounded corners. This will have an effect on the display, causing it to be slightly smaller in overall size. Although the phone may be curvier than the previous generations, it looks like that won't be the case for the screen, at least according to the outlet. Google may choose to completely move away from the curved edges, opting for a flat panel, including the camera bump. The phone will reportedly be about 12 millimeters thick. What do you think of our first look at the 8 Pro? Tell us in the comments below. Same here. Tell me in the comments below. I am digging the design. Flat displays is always a win. The camera design, sure, they changed that because that's just what companies do with the next generation. They try to give you a little bit of extra some a little bit different as far as design. But I do like the design. I wish that we could have the fingerprint reader on the back again, or at least a side-mounted fingerprint reader. That side-mounted, outside of having one on the back, is a thumbs up for me. I'm hoping to have some different color options this year as well. Every year you get these certain color options, but I just feel like if you're going to change design, give us something different when it comes to colors. Red should always be in the lineup for all flagship smartphones, in my opinion. The old school Nokia days, with the Lumia smartphones, you had yellow, you had green, blue, orange, red, and the colors were those colors. It wasn't, hey, we're advertising red, but it's salmon pink. No, it was red. I'm going to jump over to this information here and see if I see something a little different. Appreciate you hanging in there and just hanging out with me watching this video. Every once in a while I make a long video, and some of you love them. There are a few of you that don't. I know Jay will. Huge shout out to him, man. He loves long videos. Yeah, Jay, I know you love it, and I'm going to assume you're going to watch this video. If you don't know who Jay Will is, I'll leave a link for his channel down below in the description area. Yeah, here we have over at a different webpage for Android Authority. Pixel 7 series launch date October 6, 2022. That was the Pixel 7 series. Pixel 6 series launched October 19, 2021. The Pixel 5 launch date was September 30th, 2020. So we can assume September, October as far as a launch date for the Google Pixel 8 Pro. Let's see here. The Tensor processor, codenamed Zuma. This was corroborated by our own leaked Google Pixel roadmap. There's no word on the Tensor G3's specs and capabilities, but we hope Google switches to more modern CPU cores, as the Tensor G2 is still a few generations behind ARM's latest cores. So there's some information on that. WinFuture also claims that the Pixel 8 will have a 2268 x 1080 display, while the Pixel 8 Pro will pack a 2822 x 1344 resolution screen. The latter resolution is slightly lower compared to the Pixel 6 Pro and Pixel 7 Pro's 1440p panels. Interesting. We're guessing the standard Pixel 8 will retain a 4300 milliamp battery, while the Pixel 8 Pro could retain a 5000 milliamp battery. As far as charging speeds, we desperately want to see a meaningful reduction in charging times, but we wouldn't bet on it. Let's see. Okay, so we're just gonna go with that. So let's get over to for you iPhone fans, everything Apple. All right. While the iPhone 15 lineup is around 6 months away, there have already been plenty of rumors about the devices. Many new features and changes are expected for the iPhone 15 Pro models, in particular, including a titanium frame and more. Now, anything related to the iPhone 15, 15 Plus, I'm not going to talk about. I do have an article that I saved that I can leave down below in the description area if you want to read some information on those two devices. But I'm basically covering here is the 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max or Ultra, whatever it's going to be called. So as far as what we know right now with the iPhone 15 Pro and the iPhone 15 Pro Max / Ultra A17 chip. iPhone 15 Pro models are expected to be equipped with Apple's next generation A17 Bionic chip, manufactured based on TSMC's 3nm process for continued performance and efficiency improvements. The standard iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Plus are expected to have an A16 Bionic chip. So I guess there is going to be a little bit of information incorporated in this article as far as the other two devices from time to time, but mainly covering the Pro Max / Ultra. Titanium frame. Like the Apple Watch Ultra, the iPhone 15 Pro models are expected to have a titanium frame instead of stainless steel. Ultra thin curved bezels. Similar to recent Apple Watch models, the iPhone 15 Pro will have ultra thin curved bezels around the display. Faster USB-C port. iPhone 15 Pro models will feature a USB-C port with support for at least USB 3.2 or Thunderbolt 3, according to the analyst Ming-Ching Kuo, which would result in the devices having significantly faster data transfer speeds with a cable compared to existing iPhones with the Lightning cable. Kuo said that the USB Type-C port on the standard iPhone 15 models will remain limited to USB 2.0 speeds, like Lightning. Wi-Fi 6E. Like the latest Macs and iPad Pro, the iPhone 15 Pro will support the Wi-Fi 6E for faster wireless speeds, according to leaked schematics. Increased RAM. iPhone 15 Pro models will be equipped with an increased 8 gigs of RAM, according to Taiwanese research firm TrendForce. While the standard models will likely continue to have 6 gigs of RAM as they do currently, additional RAM can allow apps like Safari to keep more content active in the background, preventing the app from reloading content when reopened. Woo! Hopefully you are following me here. Solid state buttons. iPhone 15 Pro models will feature solid state volume and power buttons, according to Kuo. The analyst said the devices will be equipped with 2 additional haptic engines that provide haptic feedback to simulate the feeling of pressing the buttons without them physically moving, similar to the home button on the latest iPhone SE or the trackpad on the newer MacBooks. As far as I know, all 4 iPhone 15 smartphone series should have the dynamic island this year. That'll be nice to get rid of that huge notch. Except for the rumored iPhone SE, the 4th generation, is supposed to have the notch, though. It's not going to have dynamic island. Apparently, that was supposed to go away. Now, there's rumored that the iPhone SEs that Apple's releasing a new one this year as well. So we'll see what happens there. Mute button. iPhone 15 Pro models are rumored to be equipped with a mute button for turning the ringer on and off. All existing iPhones have a mute switch. So that's going to be different. Again, this is the Pro Max / Ultra. I don't know about the other 2, the lesser 2. They could probably still have the switch. Increased optical zoom for iPhone 15 Pro Max. The iPhone 15 Pro Max will feature a periscope telephoto lens, according to Kuo. This could result in the device having at least 6-time optical zoom compared to 3-time on iPhone 14 Pro models. Improved LiDAR scanner. iPhone 15 Pro models will have, hopefully I'm saying that right. iPhone 15 Pro models will have a more rumored efficient LiDAR scanner supplied by Sony, which could improve 3D depth scanning performance for AR apps and night mode photos, according to Kuo. Dark red color option. A new dark red color option will be available for the iPhone 15 Pro models. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. If you like this type of video, leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the videos on your social media. And with that, this is my Project 13. Thank you to the team. Without you, this doesn't exist. Appreciate you all. God bless. Stay safe and healthy. Peace. I am out.